Chosen ones, your sister's secret is coming into the open. For so long, something has been hidden in silence, wrapped in shadows, carried like a burden inside the heart. There are things that the world does not always reveal immediately, truths that stay buried until the right time arrives. And now, the time has come. The silence is breaking. The curtain is being lifted, and what was once concealed is preparing to emerge. Your sister's secret, whether you have seen fragments of it or only sensed it deep in your spirit, is not meant to remain in darkness forever. The truth always finds its way to the surface, and when it does, it changes everything. But before we move further, chosen ones, I ask you to stay with me until the end of this message. There is an energy here that builds as the words unfold, and it is meant to reach you fully, not partially. If you are truly one of the chosen, then you already know that nothing comes across your path by accident. Watch until the end and take part in the flow of this moment. And I encourage you to write in the comments your warmest wishes, along with the number 66. This is a chapter of wishes coming true, a chapter of energizing the universe with your intention. So let your heart speak, and let your words carry power into the unseen. Chosen ones, when secrets come into the open, they do not arrive gently. They arrive like a river breaking through a dam. They arrive with force, sometimes shaking the very ground on which you stand. For your sister, this hidden truth has been heavy, like carrying a stone in her spirit that no one else could see. And for you, perhaps there have been whispers in your intuition, signals in your dreams, hints in your encounters, telling you that something was waiting to be revealed. You were never blind, chosen ones. You always knew that something rested beneath the surface, waiting for its moment to rise. And now it rises. The revealing of a secret is not only about the one who held it, it is also about those who are connected to it. You, chosen ones, are bound to your sister's path in ways deeper than blood. Spiritual connections move through families, through generations, and through chosen vessels. Her secret is not separate from you. It is intertwined with your destiny. The moment it comes into the open, the energy shifts not only for her, but for you as well. You will feel the ripple. You will sense the transformation. You will notice that doors begin to open that were once closed, because truth has a way of unlocking chains. Your sister's secret was never meant to stay hidden forever. Secrecy creates pressure, like a seed planted under the soil. It expands, it swells, it pushes against the ground until finally it breaks through and reaches the light. The truth is like that. It cannot be suppressed indefinitely. And when it breaks through, the light reveals it in its full form. Do not be afraid, chosen ones, of what is being revealed. It may shock you. It may test your patience. It may shake your understanding of what you thought was stable. But revelation is never meant to destroy. It is meant to free. Think of how many times in history truth has been hidden. Entire generations lived without knowing, until one day the veil lifted. Families carried burdens for decades, pretending everything was fine, until one voice finally spoke. And when that voice spoke, everything shifted. Your sister's secret is part of this same rhythm. It is part of a divine pattern where the hidden becomes seen, where the silent becomes spoken, where the darkness becomes light. It is not random. It is not meaningless. It is part of a greater unfolding. Perhaps, chosen ones, you have felt tension between you and your sister without knowing why. Energy speaks before words do. Her secret may have created distance, misunderstandings, or invisible walls that you could not explain. You may have carried questions in your heart, wondering why her eyes carried a weight, why her voice trembled at certain moments, why she seemed to guard parts of her life so carefully. You were sensing the hidden, even if you could not name it. And now, the reason is coming forward. The answer is here. Do not underestimate how much courage it takes to bring a secret into the open. For your sister, this is not a small step. It is a breaking of chains, a leap across fear, a dismantling of shame, a decision to face the unknown. Secrets survive because of fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of being misunderstood. And for so long, that fear kept her silent. But the chosen ones are not bound by fear. You are the ones who stand when others collapse. You are the ones who see when others look away. You are the ones who listen when others dismiss. And because you are chosen, you are also called to witness this unveiling with strength and with compassion. Understand this, chosen ones. When her secret comes into the open, it will not only reveal who she is, it will also reveal who you are. It will test your role, your patience, your empathy, your endurance. Will you rise to support, or will you retreat into confusion? Will you extend grace, or will you allow judgment to cloud your spirit? This revelation is not only her journey, it is also yours. The universe never reveals something without reason. If you are witnessing it, then it is meant to transform you as well, and transformation does not come without shaking. Expect that some foundations will tremble. Expect that old narratives will crumble. Expect that what you thought you knew may not hold up under the weight of truth. That is what happens when secrets come out. The old story cannot survive alongside the new reality. Something has to break so that something greater can be built. Do not fear the breaking, chosen ones. The breaking is the doorway to freedom. You see, your sister has carried this truth like a silent storm. Inside it raged. Outside she smiled. Inside it weighed her down. Outside she pretended it did not exist. But storms cannot remain hidden forever. Eventually, the clouds burst. Eventually, the lightning strikes. Eventually, the rain falls. And when it does, there is cleansing. There is renewal. There is life after the storm. The revealing of her secret is the rain after a long drought. It may feel overwhelming at first, but it brings the healing that is long overdue. Chosen ones, do not mistake revelation for weakness. When someone finally speaks their truth, it is not a collapse. It is a rise. It is not a defeat. It is a victory. For your sister, this is her rise. This is her moment of stepping into authenticity. This is her shedding the mask that was suffocating her. This is her choosing light over shadow. And for you, it is your invitation to stand as a witness, as a supporter, as one who understands the weight of such a moment. The secret itself may take many forms. Perhaps it is something from the past, long buried, waiting to be acknowledged. Perhaps it is something she has carried in the present, afraid of what it would mean if it came out. Whatever it is, it has shaped her life, her choices, her relationships. And once it comes into the open, the shaping will shift. She will no longer be bound to hiding. She will no longer chained to silence. She will walk differently, speak differently, breathe differently. Truth changes everything. Chosen ones, When a secret finally rises, it creates waves that cannot be ignored. Those waves move outward, touching not only the one who speaks, but everyone who hears. When your sister's secret comes into the open, it will be like a stone dropped into still water. The ripples will travel far beyond the center. You may not even realize at first how wide the impact will be. But over time, you will see the shifts. Relationships will feel different. Conversations will carry a new weight. The atmosphere itself will change, because truth alters the frequency of everything it touches. Do not underestimate how powerful this moment is. Secrets are heavy. They are like locked doors inside the soul, trapping energy that was never meant to stay contained. When that door finally opens, everything that was bound is released. Sometimes the release comes with pain, sometimes with tears, sometimes with anger. But after the storm of emotions passes, there is freedom. Your sister is stepping into that freedom, and because you are connected, you too are being pulled into a greater release. Perhaps you have wondered why certain cycles in your family seemed unbreakable, why the same struggles repeated, why the same patterns returned, why the same burdens appeared in different forms. Secrets often feed those cycles. What is hidden grows in the dark, spreading silently across generations. And when one person finally brings it into the light, the cycle begins to crack. Your sister's secret being revealed is not only her liberation, it is a key moment in breaking patterns that were never meant to continue. Chosen ones, this is why you must not respond with fear. Fear will whisper that it is too much, that it will destroy the family, that it will create division. But fear lies. Truth never destroys what is meant to survive. Truth only removes what was built on false ground. If a structure collapses when the truth is spoken, then it was never strong enough to last anyway. Do not cling to what is crumbling. Instead, look toward what is being built. Because something stronger, purer, and more aligned with the divine is rising in its place. You may be tempted to ask, why now? Why is this secret being revealed in this season? The answer is because the season has ripened. Seeds do not break the soil before their time. They remain hidden, unseen, while roots form in the darkness. Then one day, without warning, a sprout appears. The revealing of your sister's secret is like that sprout. The time of silence has ended. The time of emergence has come. You cannot force such timing, nor can you stop it once it begins. It is simply the rhythm of truth. It surfaces when the universe declares it must. And chosen ones, your role in this timing is not accidental. You were placed here to see it, to hear it, to stand in it. There are countless others who could have been the witnesses, but you were chosen. Do not take that lightly. Your presence is not passive, it carries weight. The way you respond, the way you listen, the way you support, all of it matters. You may think you are only one voice, but your voice will echo. You may think you are only one heart, but your heart will radiate. This revelation is not only hers, it is also yours to hold with strength. There is a sacredness in revelation, chosen ones. It is not gossip. It is not spectacle. It is not for entertainment. It is a holy unveiling. When your sister's secret comes forward, treat it as such. Guard the moment. Protect the sacredness. Do not allow careless words to cheapen it. Do not allow shallow reactions to wound what is already fragile. Instead, let your presence be a shelter, a covering, a reminder that truth is safe here. Your sister has carried fear for so long. She does not need more fear once she speaks. She needs to see that light has room to hold her. You will notice something powerful as this unfolds. The more she speaks, the lighter she becomes. It will be visible. Her eyes will shift, her posture will change, her voice will steady. Years of weight will lift in moments. You may be surprised at how quickly the transformation shows itself. That is the power of no longer hiding. When the soul breathes freely for the first time, it shines. You will see your sister shine in ways you may not have seen before, and you will know that it was always meant to be this way. And yet, chosen ones, not everyone will respond with understanding. Some will resist, some will deny, some will attempt to silence her again. Do not be shocked when this happens. Truth often threatens those who are comfortable in the shadow. Some people depend on silence to maintain control. Some depend on secrets to protect illusions. When truth enters, illusions die, and not everyone is ready to let them die. But that is not your burden to carry. Your calling is not to convince everyone. Your calling is to stand firm in the light, regardless of who resists. This is where your strength as a chosen one will be tested. It is easy to support truth when everyone applauds it. It is harder to support truth when voices rise against it. But chosen ones are not called to easy paths. You are called to stand where others fall, to see what others ignore, to remain faithful when others walk away. This revelation is your moment to show that strength. Do not waver. Do not bow to pressure. Do not shrink back. The universe did not place you here to be silent. It placed you here to be steady. Your sister's secret may carry pain. It may carry shame. It may carry memories that she would rather erase. But when she speaks it, it will no longer own her. She will own it. And once she owns it, she will rise above it. That rise will not only inspire her, it will inspire others who hear. There are people watching silently from the edges, carrying their own secrets, waiting to see what will happen when someone dares to speak. Your sister's courage will be a doorway for them too. Her freedom will ignite theirs. Her voice will awaken theirs. That is how truth spreads. It multiplies. So chosen ones, prepare yourself. This is not just about hearing her words. It is about walking with her through the aftermath. It is about holding steady when emotions erupt. It is about being the one who remembers that this moment is not the end, but the beginning. Secrets may feel like endings when they surface, but they are really doorways to new chapters. A hidden story is closing, and a revealed story is opening. And in that revealed story, freedom breathes, healing begins, and light expands. Chosen ones, when light begins to enter where shadows once lived, it is not always comfortable. Light exposes details that were hidden, corners that were untouched, wounds that were ignored. Your sister's secret coming into the open will illuminate not only her own life, but also the spaces around her that were shaped by silence. People may feel uncomfortable because the truth forces them to see what they avoided. But discomfort is not destruction. It is the beginning of growth. Without discomfort, there is no stretching. Without stretching, there is no transformation. Think about the journey of a butterfly. Before it emerges, it is confined in a cocoon. That cocoon is tight, dark, and limiting. But in the darkness, transformation happens. And when the time comes, the cocoon must be broken. If the butterfly remained inside, it would never fly. Your sister's secret was her cocoon. It was tight around her spirit, pressing, restricting, suffocating. But now it is breaking open. The process may look messy, but it is necessary. Without the breaking, there is no flight. And chosen ones, you are being asked to witness her wings spread. This unveiling is not just a personal matter. It is spiritual. Every hidden truth carries energy, and that energy influences the lives connected to it. When a secret stays buried, it keeps those connected to it bound in unseen ways. But when it rises, it releases chains that no one even knew existed. Do not think this is small, chosen ones. This is generational. This is cosmic. This is a shift that will ripple through time. The moment her secret is revealed, energy that was stagnant begins to move again. Stagnant water becomes living water when it flows, and stagnant energy becomes life when it is freed. You may feel resistance within yourself as this happens. Part of you may wish things could remain the same, because change is difficult. But another part of you knows this must happen. That inner conflict is natural. Do not judge yourself for feeling both fear and relief, both hesitation and hope. It only means you are human. But beyond your humanity lies your calling as a chosen one, and your calling requires you to lean into the light, even when it challenges your comfort. Your sister's voice is stepping into a power it has never known. For years, her silence was survival. She hid because she believed it was safer. But silence slowly erodes the soul. It drains strength. It steals joy. And it convinces the heart that it has no right to speak. When she opens her mouth and brings her truth into the open, she is taking back her authority. She is reclaiming her right to exist in honesty. This reclamation will shake not only her world, but yours. Because the moment one person reclaims their truth, it challenges everyone else to examine their own. Chosen ones, pay attention to what rises within you as her secret unfolds. Does it stir memories of your own silence? Does it awaken parts of you that you too have hidden? Secrets often mirror each other. When one is revealed, it calls others to the surface. Do not be surprised if you find yourself remembering things you thought you had buried. Do not be surprised if you feel emotions that you did not expect. This is part of the purification. Her freedom is calling you into deeper freedom. Her truth is summoning your truth. Understand also that the revealing of her secret will not erase the past. The past will remain what it was. But what changes is the way it holds power. Secrets give the past power over the present. Truth takes that power away. Once spoken, the past can no longer dictate the future. Your sister may still feel the pain of what she carried, but she will no longer be chained by it. The chains break when light enters. And when chains break, chosen ones, the sound of freedom echoes for generations. Some will not understand this process. They will question why the secret had to come out at all. They will argue that silence was easier, that peace was better maintained in ignorance. But peace built on silence is not peace. It is a disguise. Real peace cannot exist without truth. Anything less is only an illusion, a fragile facade that crumbles the moment reality presses against it. Your sister is tearing down the illusion, and though some will resist, the truth will prove stronger than their denial. This moment will also teach you patience. Revelation is not neat or organized. It comes in waves, sometimes all at once, sometimes in fragments. Your sister may share pieces of her truth before she shares the whole. She may pause, retreat, then step forward again. This is natural. Healing is not a straight line. It is a journey with pauses, detours, and rest stops. Do not pressure her to move faster than she can. Do not demand clarity before she is ready to give it. Let the process unfold as it must. Patience is the soil where trust grows, and trust will be needed. For years, her secret may have built walls between you. Those walls will not collapse in a single moment. They will crumble piece by piece as trust is rebuilt. But chosen ones, you are not called to tear down the walls with force. You are called to stand with consistency until the walls no longer have reason to exist. Be the steady presence. Be the one who does not waver. Your consistency will show her that truth does not scare you away, and that is the reassurance she will need most. Chosen ones, look deeper at the symbolism of this season. The fact that her secret is coming into the open now is not random. The universe has aligned this moment for reasons you may not fully understand yet. But one thing is clear: this revelation is a doorway. It is not an ending, though it may feel like one. It is an opening, a new path, a chance for renewal. You stand at the edge of that doorway with your sister. The question is not whether the door is opening, it already is. The question is whether you will walk through it with her. You may fear what lies on the other side. Unknowns are intimidating. But remember, chosen ones, unknowns are also opportunities. What lies ahead may be unfamiliar, but it is not dangerous when truth leads the way. Trust that where truth guides, light follows. Trust that even if the journey is uncertain, the outcome will be freedom. Trust that the unveiling of this secret is not here to destroy, but to rebuild on stronger foundations. And so, chosen ones, prepare yourself for the unfolding. The secret is not just a revelation of information. It is a revelation of destiny. It is showing you who your sister truly is, and in the process, it is showing you who you are becoming. This is not just her moment. It is yours as well. Embrace it with courage, with patience, and with the unwavering knowing that truth always comes at the perfect time. Chosen ones, when truth begins to break through, the world around it is forced to respond. Some will embrace it, others will resist, and many will not know what to do. That is the nature of revelation. It unsettles, it stirs, it demands a response. Your sister's secret is not just words being spoken. It is an energy shifting in real time. It is like a bell being rung in the spiritual realm, a sound that cannot be unheard, a vibration that cannot be ignored. Once it begins, it moves forward with momentum, and nothing can silence it again. For your sister, this moment is not only about freedom, it is about identity. For so long, she lived under the weight of what she carried, shaping herself around the silence, building a life on guarded foundations. Now that her secret is in the open, she will begin to see herself in a new way. The mask she wore will no longer define her. The chains that shaped her choices will no longer dictate her steps. She will look in the mirror and see someone stronger, someone braver, someone who chose truth over fear. And chosen ones, that new identity will radiate in ways you may not expect. Do not be surprised if she begins to speak differently, to dream differently, to walk into opportunities she once avoided. Truth creates space for expansion. Where there was once hesitation, there will be confidence. Where there was once silence, there will be a voice. Where there was once fear, there will be boldness. You will watch her grow before your eyes, and you will realize that the secret was not only something she carried, it was something that kept her small. Now that it is released, her life will expand. But chosen ones, expansion does not come without challenge. Growth requires adjustment, and adjustment requires patience. As your sister learns to live without the weight of hiding, she may stumble. She may question herself. She may even regret speaking at moments when the reaction feels too heavy. This is where your presence matters most. Remind her that freedom is not measured in one day's reaction. It is measured in the long journey of living openly. One day of discomfort cannot outweigh years of liberation. Help her remember that. This revelation will also test the family. Secrets act like glue, sometimes toxic, sometimes deceptive, but glue nonetheless. They hold a false sense of stability. When the glue is dissolved, cracks appear. Conversations that were once avoided now rise to the surface. Old wounds reopen. Hidden resentments come out. This is not chaos. It is cleansing. Do not confuse the shaking for destruction. It is the natural process of truth reorganizing what was built on silence. Families may resist, but chosen ones, you know better. You know that anything built on shadows cannot last. Only light can sustain. Be ready for voices of criticism. There will be those who say she should have stayed silent. They will try to paint her courage as betrayal. They will try to twist her freedom into selfishness. Do not let their voices drown out the truth. Chosen ones, you are called to discern the difference between noise and wisdom. Noise is loud, reactive, defensive. Wisdom is steady, clear, transformative. Align yourself with wisdom, not noise. Stand with truth, even if it makes you unpopular. Stand with light, even if shadows surround you. That is what it means to be chosen. Your sister's unveiling may also reveal things about yourself. Secrets in families are rarely isolated. They connect, they weave, they leave imprints in places no one expects. As she speaks, you may suddenly understand memories that once confused you. You may see patterns in behavior that never made sense before. You may realize why certain energies lingered in your home, why certain dynamics never shifted. The pieces will fall into place. Her truth is not only her puzzle piece, it is part of the bigger picture. And once it is revealed, the picture becomes clearer. And in that clarity, chosen ones, you will find not only answers, but direction. The confusion of the past will no longer hold you captive, because light has rearranged the story. What once felt scattered will begin to align, and what once felt meaningless will reveal its purpose. This unveiling is not just the end of secrecy, it is the beginning of understanding, the doorway to deeper healing, and the opening of a path that was always waiting for you to walk.